How much do we give Dortmund a pass in that there was nothing at stake for this game? Or how much do we say, hey, come on, you know, it's still a match. You've still got pride there. Yeah, Hoffenheim come in and do what they did.
It's embarrassing. And the goalkeeper, Burki, said after the game that maybe we lack that attitude. Of course, we lack the winning mentality that they got at Bayern. But that was embarrassing. Kramaric, the striker of Hoffenheim, scoring 4 goals in that game. What a day for them. Hoffenheim coming into the European League on the direct position in that group stage there. But embarrassing of Dortmund. And we talked about that game before the game started. And this was the start of a new season. Favre got the confirmation that he will be the coach next year by director Sork yesterday. But still, this is so embarrassing that he will start with kind of bad thing going into a new season. To be fair to them, they've had a quite okay season. They are the second best in Germany after the team that everybody knows is the best team in the world. Still, they have a problem now winning the big points. And the 2 last home games is 0-2 against losing 2-0 against Mainz, and then now 4-0 against Hoffenheim. And thank God for Favre that they were not allowed 81,000 people in that stadium. That could have been the parliament of the streets going on in there.
Yeah, and you have to be careful. Bayern Munich, best team in the world, maybe, as a conversation for another day.
Better than Bayern Munich right now.
I'd say Liverpool look pretty good.
Liverpool had a fantastic game, and I agree with you, but Liverpool is not in the Champions League, so that answer can't be answered properly anyway. But you're right, Liverpool looked very well in the last game and very deservedly winning the Premiership. But Bayern at the moment looking brilliantly, and you saw how they crashed out Chelsea. So I think that was a Bundesliga Premier League competition, wasn't it?
Let's get away from you two comments and move on to Timo Werner. His last game for Leipzig on the score sheet. We've discussed this a lot, and we have the last couple of weeks, how it's kind of a bitter way to leave, considering they are still in the Champions League.
And he did the right thing to kind of calm people down about that, because he scored 2 goals today in his last game. He has got a good sending off from Leipzig, and I follow the German media every day, and they have kind of calmed down on that. We all know that the transfer window this summer will be anyone's guess what will going on in terms of money, in terms of when their contract expire, and it's bad news for RB Leipzig that will happen. But we all know that RB Leipzig is also a commercial company, and it looks like they have accepted that. I would have liked to see Timo Werner stay at his club to play with his teammates in the Champions League, but it wasn't to be, and is one of those seasons, those kind of funny, strange things will happen.
Meanwhile, a very special day for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Their coach coming out and saying, you know, this is like pretty much winning the league for us.
And it's true. I mean, you could expect that Bayern will win the league with the resources they got. Same with Dortmund, having great players, getting Can and Haaland in the winter break, even a better team. Leipzig, we know that they are a good team with a lot of financial backing. And then you have the Werkself, it's Leverkusen, who is like the company of Bayer. And then you have suddenly this charming club called Gladbach that in the 70s won together with Bayern were the great teams with great players in their ranks. And I'm very impressed how Gladbach has managed to keep the way of playing, the style of playing, a lot of potential match winners in that team. And Marco Rose, the coach who came from Salzburg, and Max Eberl, the head of sport there, have done a fantastic job. And I agree, to get that 4th place, to get into the Champions League, that is like a trophy for Gladbach and other clubs as well. But this year, Gladbach, so respect to their achievements.
Bayer Leverkusen, however, missing out. That then raises the question, what does this mean for Kai Havertz going forward?
I think that Kai Havertz has a so-called Cristiano Ronaldo deal, because he could have left the club last summer as well. I think they had a talk with him and said, stay with us for another year and we'll let you go next summer. I got a feeling that this player will end up at Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich maybe getting Kai Havertz and Leroy Sané from Manchester City. Then we'll have to see the amount of money they will have to bring in. And this Kai Havertz type of player, there's not a lot of them in international football. And I think he will be a great addition to Bayern Munich.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.